हेलो बच्चों, कैसे हैं आप सब? मैं आशा करती हूँ आप सब एकदम ठीक होंगे। सो आइए न्यू चैप्टर स्टार्ट करते हैं, वेदर एंड क्लाइमेट। डाइव इन। वन हु स्टडीज क्लाइमेट इज कॉल्ड and one who studies meteorology is called. So let's have a look on lesson view. Weather and climate factors influencing climate and climatic zones. So इन सब के बारे में इस चैप्टर में हम पढ़ने वाले हैं. So let's start the chapter. We know that the earth is surrounded by a thick blanket of air which is called atmosphere. It prevents us from the UV rays of the sun. क्योंकि सन इतना बड़ा आग का गोला है कि हमें अगर ये रेज एटमॉस्फेयर ना हो बीच में तो हमें ये हम लोग सब जल जाएंगे, राइट? द एटमॉस्फेयर गेट्स हीटेड अप ड्यूरिंग द डे एंड गेट्स कूलर एट नाइट. दिस लीड्स टू वार्मिंग एंड कूलिंग ऑफ लैंड. दिस causes two interesting features: change in weather and change in climate. So the weather is defined as the condition of the atmosphere at particular time and place. You will experience scorching heat in summer days while the cold winds in the winters. ऐसा एक्सपीरियंस किया है ना आपको? गर्मियों में बहुत गर्म हवा, एकदम हीट होती है, स्कॉचिंग हीट जो हम बर्दाश्त भी नहीं कर पाते, और सर्दियों में ठंडी हवाएं चलती हैं. The monsoon will bring heavy downpour and drench on your way back from school. और कौन सा मॉनसून सीजन आपको भिगो देता है? कैसे? जब आप स्कूल से घर आ रहे होते हो. इफ यू फॉरगेट योर अम्ब्रेला और रेनकोट. Some days of the year are really pleasant and calm. The atmosphere surrounding the earth is constantly changing and with it our daily routine also changes. और इसके साथ साथ जो हमारा डेली रूटीन है वो भी चेंज होता रहता है. Weather and climate. Weather is the condition of air around the place on a particular day, and these conditions include temperature, rainfall and humidity. Climate is the average weather condition of a place over a long period of time, and it varies from place to place. The change in climate influence our ways of living. The climate of a place affects our clothing, housing, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन एंड फूड. सो सोचिए क्लाइमेट से हमारी जीने के कितने सारे चीज़ें चेंज हो जाती है, कैसे क्लाइमेट हमें इन्फ्लुएंस करता है. वेदर इवेंट्स आर रिकॉर्डेड एंड प्रेडिक्टेड बाय मेटीरियोलॉजिस्ट वर्ल्ड वाइड एवरी डे. दे डू इट विद द हेल्प ऑफ सैटेलाइट्स. Climate differs from place to place. Change in climate results in changes in the seasons. In India, we have 5 seasons. One is summer, another is monsoon, winter, spring and autumn. Factors influencing climate. There are many factors that influence the climate of a region. So, climate of a region depends on the latitude, altitude, distance from the sea, winds, etc. So, first we will read about distance from the equator. The climate of a place is affected by its distance from the equator. The places near the equator are much hotter because they receive more sunlight than anywhere else on the earth. The sun rays falling on the equator are vertical and spread over a small area. Hence, the equatorial regions experience hot climate. वहाँ गर्मी ज़्यादा होती है. Fact file: Bangalore is cooler than Chennai, although both the cities are at an equal distance from the equator. The reason is Bangalore is at 550 meters above sea level, while Chennai is at sea level. Chennai sea level पर है, वो उससे 550 meters ऊपर है, तो इसलिए दोनों के वेदर में, दोनों के क्लाइमेट में चेंज है, राइट? डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम द सी. The regions close to the sea have a moderate climate, whereas inland regions have an extreme climate with hot summers and cold winters. Land heats up faster than water. Hot air over the land rises up and the cool air from the sea takes its place. Coastal areas thus enjoy refreshing breezes in summer when cooler ocean air moves ashore. For example, Chennai, which is located on the eastern coast of India, has humid and moderate climate in comparison to Delhi, which has hot summers and cold winters because it is an inland area. Height above sea level. Height above sea level is called altitude. The higher a place is above sea level, the cooler it will be. This happens because as altitude increases, air becomes thinner and absorbs less heat. There is snow on the top of mountains all year around. पूरा mountains के ऊपर बर्फ ही बर्फ होती है whole year, ठीक है? Therefore, hill stations like Nainital and Mussoorie have a cool climate. Directions of winds. The winds can be hot, warm, cool, cold or wet. They depend upon the weather of the place from where they are coming. The hot winds increase the temperature while the cold winds decrease the temperature. Winds coming from the sea bring cool and wet weather. Thus, the climate of any region is influenced by the wind in that area. So, climate तो उसी region का किसी भी तरह से उन हवाओं की वजह से उस एरिया का इफेक्ट होता है. सो अभी ह्यूमिडिटी के बारे में पढ़ते हैं. द मॉइस्चर इन द एयर इज कॉल्ड ह्यूमिडिटी. द विंड्स कमिंग फ्रॉम द सी cause more rainfall than those coming from the land. So the rain brings cool climate even during the summer season. The areas with less rainfall are hotter and drier. At such places, deserts can be formed. Thus, the amount of moisture in air influences the climatic conditions. So, जो moisture होता है हवा में, ये किसी भी एरिया की climatic condition को change कर सकता है. Climatic zones. The earth is divided into 3 climatic zones depending on the amount of heat received from the sun based on distance from the equator. Torrid zone. This zone is also known as tropical zone. It extends on both sides of equator from the Tropic of Cancer in the north up to Tropic of Capricorn in the south. This part of the earth receives maximum heat and moisture. Thus, the climate throughout the year is hot and wet. Temperate zone. This region lies in both the hemispheres. In the northern hemisphere, it extends from the Tropic of Cancer to the Arctic Circle, and in the southern hemisphere from the Tropic of Capricorn to the Antarctic Circle. This zone receives moderate amount of heat from the sun. Thus, the climate in this zone is neither very hot nor very cold. Frigid zone. The polar zone is also known as frigid zone. This also lies in both the hemispheres. In the northern hemisphere, it extends from the Arctic Circle to the North Pole, and in the southern hemisphere from the Antarctic Circle to the South Pole. This region receives very little heat from the sun, and therefore this region remains cold throughout the year. Here, temperature always remains below 0 degree, and this is the coldest part of the earth. Let's have a look on glossary. Temperature, the degree of hotness and intensity of heat. Humidity, the amount of water vapor in air. Altitude, the height of a place above the sea level. Climate, the average weather condition of a place over a long period of time. Let's take a quick recall of the chapter. Weather is the condition of the air around the place on a particular day. Climate varies from place to place. Weather events are recorded and predicted by meteorologists worldwide every day. The regions close to the sea have a moderate climate. Height above sea level is called altitude. The winds can be hot, warm, cold or wet. The moisture in the air is called humidity. Torrid zone has the hot and wet climate. Temperate zone has neither very hot nor very cold climate. The polar zone is also known as frigid zone. The polar zone is the coldest part of the earth. Practice time. Tick the correct option, bachcho. Dash is the condition of atmosphere. Weather. Good job. Likewise do all. Fill in the blanks. That prevents us from the UV rays of the sun. Atmosphere, the blanket of air. Yes? Okay. Now likewise to all, complete the following web charts. इस web charts को आप complete करेंगे with the help of your chapter. Define the terms. In terms को आप define करिए, weather, climate, torrid zone, altitude and freezer zone. All these are given in your chapter. Answer the following questions. So you have to tell me what is the difference between weather and climate, what factors influence the climate of a place, and what is climatic zone. So all these answers you will write in your notebooks with the help of your chapter information, right? Okay. Creative bag holds Shimla and Ludhiana are almost at the same distance from equator. Then why is Shimla much cooler than Ludhiana? Subject enrichment. Fill the crossword with the help of clues given below. आपको clues दिए गए हैं. Some words are also written there. Across and down you have to write the names of that according to clues, and you have to complete this crossword across and down. Subject interlinking. Use the weather forecast to answer the questions that follow. What will be the temperature on Monday? Which day will be the coldest and which day will be the warmest? Values. Climate change you must not ignore, or future might be no more, right? Okay. Reach to teach. Explain the effect of climate on day-to-day activities, food and clothing of people. तो आपको explain करना है जो climate का effect होता है हमारी daily life पर, activities पर, हमारे food पर और हमारी जो हम कपड़े पहनते हैं, right? आप इसको explain करेंगे, and while explaining, have fun, enjoy.